Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, some people on the Coral Princess are not having a fantastic day and yeah, there's some issues on the ship, and the trouble is, it's on one of the most expensive cruises Princess offers. We also have a lady who went for a Christmas holiday, was getting off first ever cruise with her family, gets off and gets arrested. Trouble is, it wasn't supposed to be her. And then we have the question going around, everyone's been asking, and the expedition cruise lines like Seabourn and Scenic Cruises have been inundated with questions now about their submarines. Are they safe? So our first story is the Coral Princess. The Coral Princess, we announced not too long ago, was having some engine difficulties. It's not able to reach full speed. Trouble is, currently it's on a segment of a 56-day world cruise, part of a 111-day world cruise. She's already had to shorten time periods in the port she's going to, and now that she's traveling longer distances, they're missing ports. Not because of weather, not because of any other reason other than the cruise ship can't get there fast enough to get to port. And now people on the ship are starting to say, hey, what's going on? I paid for a world cruise, not a cruise with optional stops because your ship isn't running correctly. And in this case, I completely agree, because for one thing, a ship breaks down and it's on 7-day cruises, you might miss one port or you might have to change an itinerary. But on a world cruise, you're paying for the destinations. You're not paying for the Coral Princess. In fact, the Coral Princess was built in 2003. Sorry, it started being built in 2000. First sailing was in January of 2003, which means it's over 20 years old. And apparently she's being held together in a little bit with spit and polish, shall we say. And they are now, a lot of people saying, hey, we spent thousands upon thousands of dollars to be on this cruise to see these ports, to get to these destinations. And had we should have had the option to cancel our cruise, get our money back for one, or get put on a different world cruise, or something along those lines, or maybe stop the ship, get it repaired in port for, a week and a half, and then set sail on your itineraries. But it continues to sail right now. Who knows how extensive the problems are? But reports are coming right now that, they're just not getting enough speed to get to ports on time. And in that case, they're skipping some of the most important ports on that cruise. And people are not happy, and I do not blame them in this situation. I really don't. I hope they get some huge compensation. It's one thing to miss a port on a 7-day cruise. It's another to miss 15 or 20 ports on a world cruise. Completely different situation. Now, imagine you take a holiday with your family, you're off, you're about to, your oldest son is just about to head off for a tour of duty, you're on your a Christmas cruise, everything's wonderful, and you're getting off, and all of a sudden, when you scan your information getting off the ship, they red flag you, and you're suddenly surrounded by port officials and police officers who take you into custody saying there's a warrant out for your arrest. And then when they say, well, what am I accused of doing? Why am I being arrested? It's for child endangerment. Something that should always be taken pretty serious, right? Well, she was actually taken down to the local sheriff's county. She was strip searched, she was put into shackles, she was put into her prison gear, and she was handed some blankets, and she ended up spending 3 nights in prison before they realized they had the wrong person. The picture lined up But all the other information that was there, including the fingerprints they took, didn't line up and didn't match up. And there should have been some red flags right off the bat. For instance, the person accused of doing the crime was 26 years old. The woman who was arrested is 49 years old. Now, I'm sometimes told I look younger than I do in person, but I guarantee you I don't look 20 years younger. And I don't think, as attractive as this woman may be, I don't think she looks 20-some years younger neither. So there should have been some red flags right there. They should have been able to check the fingerprints almost immediately. And apparently when other people raised the red flag, the arresting officer kept on saying, no, it's definitely her. Look at the picture. Look at the picture. As if there can never possibly be an error in the picture. There was an error in the picture. Apparently her picture got put on somebody else's warrant for some unknown reason out of Houston. So a complete mistake. Not only did she not get to say goodbye to her son, who now went off on a tour of duty for 3 years, she missed Christmas Day with her family and spent up to $10,000 so far on lawyers trying to get her name cleared for something she never did. I sense a lawsuit in the making there, but yeah, that is... When all of a sudden there's information red flags in an arresting warrant, like none of the dates line up for the ages, none of the information seems to line up, the height didn't line up, nothing lined up except the photo. Maybe they should have took that more seriously, the arresting officer, and maybe he shouldn't have jumped the gun like he did, and found out sooner that this was not somebody that should have been arrested. Crazy story. Next we have the expedition cruise lines out there. Now a lot of these expedition cruise lines have kayaks and they have, you know, lots of toys, right? They'll have jet skis on some of them. A few of them have a helicopter. Some of them have submarines. Well, after the tragedy that just happened with the submarine going missing and imploding down by the Titanic, people are questioning these submarines and everything. Now, there is a clear difference, and the cruise lines want you to be aware, a clear difference in the submarines. First of all, the one that got, lost down by the Titanic was not certified for that depth. It hadn't been safety certified. It was an experimental vehicle to test still undergoing tests. And they endeavored to go on this trip. The ones that are on the cruise ships are all certified and have safety standards and are checked regularly, and they also don't go to the depths that sub was trying to go out in the middle of the ocean with the Titanic. These ones just go down, 100 feet, 50 feet, sometimes just below the ice level to see underneath the ice, or they're just heading down to the coral just down below. They're not going at great depths, and they are completely safe as far as have been tested, have been utilized before. Have you heard of any submarine on any of these cruise ships ever having an issue? I haven't, and I've been covering the news and cruising for 6 years now, not to mention all the cruises I've done before that. So I've never heard of a story of one of these subs going missing or anything. I've heard of them, they broke down and they couldn't go on their expedition, but nothing about something happened in the water. And so I think the cruise line is pretty safe in saying, yeah, those aren't us. Don't worry about that. That was an experimental vehicle for a specific thing, and ours are completely safe and completely different. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think they're safe? Would you go in a submarine? It scares me, but maybe the little ones like that I would. The ones with the glass, more dome like that, more than that one that I see in the Titanic. It was just like a long tube. That one just scares me. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.